Well, well, well. My spider sense has told me that there would be a day where I would review the most distinct Spider-Man movie in existence. And funnily enough, that movie is a year old today. Guys, it's Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Internally, it is the many differences between this movie and the other Spider-Man movies that make the movie significant. I think you all know what you'll need to spider sense now. It'd be me giving you a major spoiler alert toward those that haven't watched this movie. So stick by me at this time, or you'll be left in the dust since I'm slating to this review. Hey, I'm Owen, the fiction fanboy, and here's my review on Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. In case some people don't know, Spider-Man is like the most popular superhero there is, and to make everyone aware of it, the movie gives us some info on the current Spider-Man and how popular he is. Miles struggles with boarding school and even has to deal with his police officer dad, who, like J. Jonah Jameson, sees Spider-Man as a menace. Miles meets a new girl, which we'll get to later, snuck out one night and hung out with his uncle, and after doing some graffiti, Miles gets bitten by a spider that's unusual to other spiders. At first, Miles thinks he's going through puberty. It was definitely not that, since he was so sweaty and kept sticking for some time. Miles revisits the place he did graffiti on to look at the spider, and it was certainly not a regular insect. Moreover, Miles sees that Kingpin has a machine for personal reasons. Spider-Man tries to stop the machine, but he couldn't and chose to give Miles the USB drive to the machine's destruction. Kingpin killed Peter Parker, and everyone, including Miles, learns of the frightful news. Miles tries his new spider powers, yet he failed and the drive is damaged. Miles feels like he's failed Spider-Man, so he went to Peter's grave only to see another Spider-Man minutes later. Miles had to get the new Spider-Man and himself away from the police, and we learned that the new Spider-Man is Peter B. Parker, a Spider-Man that's depressed where he comes from. Peter B. Parker agrees to train Miles and make a new USB drive, and in order to do both of those things, the two spiders break into Kingpin's research facility. Peter B. learns that he's glitching since he's not in his original dimension, and worse, he'll die if he stays in Miles' dimension for too long. The spiders then had to escape Doc Ock, and would have failed if it wasn't for the new girl who goes by the name of Gwen Stacy, aka Spider-Woman, or as we like to call her, Spider-Gwen. Shortly after the pair of spiders became a trio, they see Aunt May, who met three other spiders that ended up in Miles' dimension. Spider-Ham, a cartoony pig that got spider-like and cartoon-like powers, Spider-Man Noir, a black and white spider person unfamiliar with color, as seen as when he plays with a Rubik's Cube, and holy crap, I didn't think there'd be an anime girl spider person. Her name? Penne Parker, and she has a spider bot companion. Miles says he could get all the spiders home, but the other spiders overwhelm him. Miles then learns that his uncle is Prowler. He reported it to the other spiders after Penne fixed the broken drive, and Miles was followed by Prowler, Doc Ock, Scorpion, Tombstone, and Kingpin. The spiders and baddies fight, and Miles unmasks himself in front of Prowler, hoping Prowler wouldn't kill his own nephew. And although Prowler didn't kill, he got murdered by a gunshot from Kingpin, and Miles' dad thinks that the new Spider-Man is the one who killed Miles' uncle. All spiders regroup at Miles' dorm, and just like Miles, each spider lost a loved one. Peter B. told Miles that he will stay behind to let the other spiders go home, and he had to keep Miles stuck to make sure he stays. After Miles' dad tells Miles about the recent death, Miles managed to escape using his powers and makes a new suit by spray painting an old one, and now he's being a total bad butt Spider-Man. The other spiders have snuck their way to the dimension-colliding machine. They had to fight Kingpin's allies, and just in the nick of time, Miles came to help the other spiders and get them back to their homes. Miles then had to face Kingpin himself and got motivation from his dad. The machine was shut off, Miles' dad knows Spider-Man is a hero now, and Kingpin was arrested. Peter B fixed his relationship with Mary Jane, Spider-Man Noir solved the Rubik's Cube, Spider-Ham lives his life normally, Penne repairs her Spider-Bot that got broken in the final fight, and Gwen surprisingly got to contact Miles across dimensions. Also, there's a post-credits scene where Spider-Man 2099 and Spider-Man 1967 bicker with each other. This movie had 3 H's thanks to Phil Lord and Christopher Miller. The first H is heroicness, since each Spider-Person has their own dynamic. The second H is humor, indicating that a lot of jokes in the movie were really funny. From Miles' fear of heights on his first attempt on using his powers, to the argument about pointing between Spider-Man 1967 and Spider-Man 2099. And the final H is heart, the animation style that makes the movie feel like a comic book compared to other movies based on comic books. The saddest moments in the movie were heartwarming and allow us to relate to the characters. I also really like the music in the movie, especially the biggest song for the movie, Sunflower by Post Malone and Sway Lee. I gotta admire Stan Lee's cameo, and guess what meme came to mind when I saw Penne's Spider-Bot damaged? Say it with me, guys. Top 10 anime deaths. One thing I wish I could do differently is see this in theaters. While I did love Ralph Breaks the Internet, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is the real movie that's recommended to see on the big screen. This is one Spider-Man movie that is a gigantic web of greatness, so I seriously must give it 5 out of 5 stars. I have honestly understood why this movie got the Oscar award it won, and I look forward to the sequel. You may call it the best Spider-Man movie, the best animated movie of 2018, Sony Pictures Animation's sincerest apology for the Emoji Movie, or a combination of all those things. It's a must-see, for we are all Spider People. For further fun festivities, kindly take notice of my Holiday Homies' remarks, comment below, and follow me on Instagram for traditional thumbnail previews and teasers for upcoming YouTube videos. I've now wrapped up this video. Keep being friendly, folks, and have a very merry night-o!